To learn with Akash. In this video, what we're gonna do is another Blender tutorial. In this tutorial, it's gonna be a lot of things what you're gonna do. And first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna model a butterfly using a reference image. Then, what we're gonna do is we're gonna give it a texture of a butterfly. Then, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use UV shading, and we are gonna make it randomly how to change its size into a random, and we're gonna convert them into a particles like a butterfly farm. Like if you expect in a nature, if you want to make means like a bunch of butterflies flying, so we need the colors to be vary, like they need to be different, so that we can't model each and every butterfly or texture it different. So for that, what I'm going to show you is a very simple trick. So let's get started by opening Blender and clicking on General, and let's just cancel this cube over here, and let's click on Shift A to add a new image, and let's go to image and reference. So what I'm going to use as a reference is a butterfly from a website which I got. So it's gonna be in the downloads, and yep, this is the one. So load reference image. After once you have loaded your reference image, what you're gonna do is go to your z-axis, so it's gonna be like a top view, and make it look the same or something. Press N, and here you get this thing transform thing, and you can easily rotate it far. So let's just click on 0, and Y also 0, and Z also 0. So now we have it, but we don't need it to like be exact opposite. So let it just be like, let's make it normal by making it in the Z axis 180-degree, and that will turn it anti-clockwise. And now we have this. Now we'll just model it. So for that, what you're going to do is click tab on your Blender file, so that it will go to edit mode, or you can go here, select your this thing, and oh no, before that, what you're going to do is Shift A and add a new mesh, which is going to be a cylinder in this case, to be the center, and click on tab to go to edit mode. And now what you're going to do is A to select all, and we're going to scale it down, scale it on the X axis, and then on the Y axis, as on the Y axis, and that's all. Now we'll just rotate it in the other side. So for that, what we're going to do is, let's check which side we need to rotate. We need to rotate it on X axis by clicking R, X, and 90-degree. That will do it. And now we have our middle bisector, and let's just click on A to select all, and we'll just scale it a bit aside, this much. And at the top we need a little more breadth. Over here, if you see, it's so small, super small. So let's just give it a little bit of breadth, and let's just decrease the size of it, like over here, and we'll just move it across like this, somewhere like this. Yep. And let's rotate it as in the reference image it's rotated, so that when we are adding a texture pack, it doesn't get different. So now what we'll do is we'll select only at the edges vertices, or go to face click and click on this face, and S to scale it down, and let me scale it. Or what will I do is select all and go here and insert a loop cut. We can loop cut can be also, shortcut is Control R, and let me add a loop cut over there and over there, so that now when I go to face and we go to this view, this one, and S to scale, only that thing gets scaled up unlike that. So Control R to add a loop cut. So let us add a loop cut over there first, and let's move it over there. And now let's go to face view, go to the other side of the face, and scale it small. So now we have a rocket shaped mesh, so this is also useful. So now what you need to do is add a new plane for the wings. So add a plane and move it across, and go to wireframe mode, so it will be easy for you to go, you can see it is visible to us. So now what we need is, we will just rotate it, not just let it be the same. And let's go to the vertices and click on this vertex, and G on the Y axis, so that we don't go anything on the Z axis. and the other vertices over here, G on the x-axis and G on the y-axis. So like this we need to do for everything. So G on the x-axis, so we are going to make a mesh using this only. G on the y-axis, up, bit, and G on the x-axis. So make sure you show difference between the right wing and the left wing, so that when we like add an armature or something, we can easily notice, we can easily select them. So now what over here is there's a many workings over here, so I need those also. So let me just bring it down a bit. That will do it. And now we have, so just make a like a blocky substance. We don't need that much realistic also. For that, not that bad also. So now let's go to the line thing and let's select this side and extrude it on the x. So E to extrude, and on the x just make it bigger, just extend it as much as we can. So after extending, I need more vertices points, right? For that, what we can do is there are two methods. Go to face select and click on your face and go to right click and subdivide it. Otherwise, you can just add a loop cut wherever you need. So for me, loop cut is much better. So let me select this one. Let me go to face, N to hide this tableau column, and go to Z axis by clicking on 7, numpad 7, and let's scroll here. And Control R to add a loop cut. Okay, over there, and let's move it somewhere over. We need a loop cut over there, over here. So on this side, I need a loop cut. That's why. So let's move this thing G at the top over here, and Control R to add a loop cut over there for that time, and I need a loop cut over there. Then so let's move it up G, and over here G. So let me go on the side view and let's say, yep. Let me go to G, and again instead of adding, just keep on adding a local, let me just add a subdivided, so that 1 2 3 times looking much better. So I can select it, I guess. Yep. 1 2 and 3. Yep, that is more than enough. So let's go to the vertices and click on this one and G to move it up. So let's move it, and these three will select, and G to move it up G on the y-axis. Or now no need to select because we are in the wireframe. I mean we are using the z-axis, so our z thing is blocked over here, so now it doesn't do anything. And let's just select this also, and let's move it up. And nice, and down, come down. This one also come down, come down, come down, and select these up. And let's go to box select and G to move it down, and G to move it down. Select these two and G to move it down, and G to move it down. So let's go to mesh view and see how our mesh looks right by now. Okay, that's like when we add texture, this boxes won't be visible, so that's not a problem over here. So let's select these 4 and G on the y-axis and move it up. Okay, and same for this, G on the y-axis, move it up, up. And let's me just delete these things. So D to X to delete, X delete vertices, and over here, and G on the y-axis and move it a bit there. Then what I will do is G on the y-axis and move it over there. Then what we need is, we'll just delete these two vertices, X to delete vertices, and G on the Y over there, and G over Y over there, and we don't need these vertices, X delete vertices. Now let's go back to our mesh view, and our mesh over here is not visible. So let's go back to our wireframe view. Oh, our mesh over here is down, so we don't need that to happen. So let's go to our wireframe view, and or let's go to mesh view itself and let's click on face, select it. Let's face select and move it up. For that, what you're going to do is use this one, move it a bit up. So that's going to make a big mess over here. So what we'll do is we'll just delete this face and we'll extrude it using this line and we'll make it again. So go to Z and go to, yeah, let's this thing be over here, this line, and E to extrude and extrude it till there. Okay, then let's go to vertices edit and click on the last edge and G or the line and move it up over there. Looking good. So now we have our first wing over here. So now what you're going to do is go to face, select and shift with the shift click press, just select all, and what we'll have is just make sure you don't select the cylinder part so that it won't get duplicated when we are going to duplicate it. Now what we need is shift D and left click to confirm, and G on the X axis, just keep it over there, and what you do is rotate it, R on the y-axis and 180 degree, and that's gonna rotate your left wing, I mean your right wing to left. And now what you're gonna do is, okay, so here we have a problem, and let's bring it up, let's lift it up a bit. So yep, and let's move it side over here and bring it down. Okay, so now we have our blocky butterfly, and that's not a problem now. So we don't need like a a high quality butterfly or something. Let's just take a normal butterfly mesh. So that's what we needed, that's what we aim for this thing. So now after our this thing is done, let's go click on tab to go to object mode, and let's just hide this empty I mean background reference image, and go to the materials tab and add a new material. And what you do is go to the base color, click on this yellow color dot over here and click on image texture, and here if you just click here, there will be showing whatever you inserted. So make sure your for reference image, just click on that. And now what you do is go to UV editing and A to select all your objects, and here it will come. So U and press U and press Q projection, and now you will have your butterfly, I mean your mesh, drawn mesh. Now what you do is rotate it, so over here, and rotate it 90 degree as it is, then what you do is stretch it up a bit up. This is whatever is in the projection over here, that's what you're going to see over here. For example, click Z on rendered mode. Okay, it loaded. So now if you see, this is what it is. So select all, A to select, and scale it up a bit, up and the side, so make sure it's even so that it looks like the butterfly which we wanted. Then let's just move it a bit up and the side of it, and move it a bit down. Okay, so here if you see, our butterfly is ready. And now what we need is, let's go back to our layout mode and go to render mode and see how the butterfly looks. So it looks good, it's not that bad. And now what we need is, we need to add an armature so that we can control our butterfly. So to control our butterfly, what we're going to do is go to click on add a mesh, add a armature. So make sure you're on the center point of it, so let's just move it over there, and R to rotate on the x-axis, R on the x-axis plus 90 degree minus, so that it goes at the top, and just drag it down over here. And now go to click on tab to go to edit mode and click on the main interface to select all. So it's all selected. Now what you do is shift D and left click to confirm, G on the x-axis, move it and rotate it on the z-axis 90 degree, R on the z 90 degree minus, and move it back so that it joins over here. Move it wherever you need, where the wing should, like, the wing should start like spreading or something. So I'll make this point as where it should be, and let's immerse it a little bit down so that it's over there. And let's scale this armature. So scale, and on the y-axis scale it down, and scale it a little more down, and move it front. Click on this and move it front. Okay, now our armature is ready. Same for this also. Okay, that much big armature. Yeah, that's nice. So now what you do is do the same shift D, left click to confirm, and then move it on the G to move, and on the X axis, and rotate it on the Z axis or Z 180 degree. So that's gonna make it just opposite of what you're gonna get, and let's just move it on the X axis over there. So now we have our armature. Now what you do is go to object mode, click on tab to go to object mode, and what you do is click on your wing, click on your butterfly, then shift click the bones which you have done. So it should give you something like this, and what you do is press Ctrl P and click with empty groups. So after selecting that, what you do is click on your butterfly, and if you go to vertex group, you will have you will see like this, right? So click on tab to go to object mode, edit mode, and select the wing over here. And what you do is you're gonna assign it for the bone 1. So assign it, and for this, for the other wing, same, assign it for the bone 2. And now the cylinder part, what you're going to do is when you select, you can see these things also get selected, and make sure your back thing is also selected, the cylinder part. And what you do is click on shift and select the front, and shift and just left click on the selected wings. And now what you do, click on bone and assign. So after assigning all, now if you go to edit mode, object mode, and click on the bone, so click on the bones and go to pose mode, and click on a particular bone over here, and R to rotate, R on the X axis and rotate it, no, R on the Y axis and check, R on the Y. So yep, my wing is, one of the wing is missing, moving, so that's what I wanted. So let's check this wing, R on the Y axis. Yep, this is also moving. So this armature, the middle armature, why we made is like, just to for making it little more, we can move it if you want, R on the X axis. So that's no need, we don't need to mess with that bone. Actually that bone is to connect these two bones. So let's go to object mode now. Now what we need is, we have our butterfly over here. Now let's animate them. For animating them, what you're gonna do is click on the bones. So go to pose mode, and what you do is click on a keyframe. Okay, click on N first so that you can see this tab, and click on your bone over here and rotate it, rotation, this is not the N. Let's go to item, and now if you see, just make everything in 0, not the W, just make the W in some values, and X0, Y0, Z0. And same for this wing, this bone, 0, 0, and Y0. Now what we need over here is, we need to animate them. So now what you just click I on the keyframes, just click I on the rotation to add a new keyframe, and then what you do is go to this 10th, go on the first and add a new keyframe by clicking on I, and then go to the 10th keyframe. Okay, 10th, and if you see, now what you do is select the particular bone and rotate it on the X axis, on the Y axis, like, not Y, X axis, like move it something like 85 or something, 0.85, no, on the Y, 85, right over here. So Z0, and R to rotate on the Y axis, move it up. Yep, move it this much, or like just move a little more, and same, and click on I to add a new keyframe. Now what you do, same do for the next bone over here, and move it up with the Y axis. on the y-axis and click on I to add a new keyframe. And now if you see, uh, so for this bone we didn't add a new keyframe at the beginning. That's the problem over here. So let's go to first one and go over here, make it 0 and 0 and 0 and add I to add a new keyframe. Now if you play, they go up. Now what you do, go to the 20th keyframe and make them lower down till down, like over here, or just straight and make it in the middle, so that it's, you'll get a perfect. Now what you do, go to the rotation and click on I, and same for the other bone over here, and rotate it down on the, yep, Z is 0, then just click on I. Now what you do, go on the 30th frame, after go 30th frame, and make it go down. So to go down, what you do, same, select the bone. So this bone is selected, so make it fully down over here, and click on I to add a new keyframe, and select this bone and add a new keyframe of facing it down, and I to add a new keyframe. And now if you play, you will have a butterfly flying down. But now what you do is select this 0 and shift D to duplicate it, and go on the 40th frame and keep it. So now one bone only we copied. For the next bone also we need to copy. So go to your 30th frame, the 40th frame, and copy it again. So shift D or control C. And now if you play, now nothing happens. After only till 40th frame we animated, but we don't need it to stop. We need to make it unlimited, right? For that, what we're gonna do is go drag over here, drag a new layout, and inside this go to a dope sheet of graph editor and click on your bones to see what all animations you have done in it. So let's just make it a little more bigger, wider, and click on both the bones, select all the bones you have done. So two bones are selected, that's what we need, and open this tab over here. And now what we need is just make it down and down. So let's just move the dope sheet and go to this axis. If you see, there is some animation over here, right? So we need to just track it, what are the animations. So go to the X axis and go to the modifiers tab and add a new modifier, which is the cycles. And now if you see, it will just keep on repeating again and again. Same for the next. If you see, nothing happens over here. So go to the X axis and add a new modifier, which is the cycles. And now if you hit play, it should cycle. So my one side is cycling, why not the other? If you ask, so the animation, yeah, on the Z axis my animation is moving. So here also I need to add a cycle. So wherever you see lines moving means that's where you need to add a new cycle. So now if you see, my butterfly is in cycles, and move it on the other side. So now my butterfly animation is ready. Now what I need a bunch of butterflies following my path. So, and I need to change their color. I need it into a random color, random size. Okay. So now what you do is, first what you do is just duplicate this object right here. Okay. Control Shift D to duplicate. Wait, let's go to object mode. Clicking edit mode, no, object mode. And now what you do is select all, select these both, and click on Shift D and left click to confirm, G on the x-axis and move it a bit that side. And we're gonna animate it, little more different speed of it, so that whenever we are when the butterfly is moving, we don't need them both to flap the wings at the same time. We need to show some variation, right? So for that, what you're gonna do is click on the bone, and if you see your animations, it should be there. So wait for it. So if you click on play, it's playing. So go to edit mode or post mode, and now if you check, your keyframes all are there, right? So shift and select the next bone also, and select all the things and scale it down. So go to the first frame and scale it down, so that it will be much faster than before. Now if you see, this butterfly is faster than this. So let's make 3 butterflies like this, one very fast, this one, and one medium speed, and one little more faster than the other. So shift, go to post object mode and select these all, and shift D and left confirm and G on the x-axis and move it that side, and go to post mode and shift and the mouse wheel to move it that side like that, and click on the bone and shift and click on the next bone also, and select your keyframes and scale it down so much so that they move a little more faster than the previous one. So now if you play, we have three speeds. So one is going to be the slow, one is going to be little faster, one is going to be so fast. So now we have our butterfly variation in this. So now what you're going to do is select all, like just hide this cameras and all. Click over here. So go to object mode and click on this cameras, shift and click on this cameras, and move them a bit there, so that for now, and click on your butterflies, not your armatures. So make sure you do follow that, and shift and click on others also, and click M to move it into a new collection, and click on new collection and name it something as you need, like butterflies, and click on OK. And now what we need is, we'll just hide this collection right here, hide it, and the armature is over here, so hide this collection. Just move these armatures to a new collection, scene collection, right click and new collection, and under this new collection we need these three armatures to go, move to 3. So now if I click on this, yep, now what we need is, we need to add our particles from where our particles are gonna evolve. So let me add a new mesh, which is gonna, in this case I'm gonna add a ecosphere and scale it down as so small, and let's go to the particle system and add new particles over here, and at the inside the numbers tab, what you're going to do is, we don't need more numbers, because the butterfly, if they have more numbers means they're going to be, in a mess or something. So under the numbers of this thing, I'm just going to choose 100. If you want, you can change as you wish. And the end time, I'm just going to make it 21, so that the animation should, all the butterfly should come within the 20 first frame. So next, the lifetime is going to be till 180, and same for the this one. So let that thing be the same. So 180. Next, what we need is, go to our render column, under the render tab, click on collection, and here click on the third collection, not on the third, sorry, on the butterflies collection. So when we hit play, you can see our butterflies are coming out. So when we hit play, our butterflies are the one who's coming out. So, but if you see, they're just dropping down. I don't need them to drop down. I need them to, move in a particular direction. So for that, what you're going to do is, same as my previous video. In my previous video, we have guided the particles to go in a correct direction, right? That's what we're going to do. Shift A to add, and go to the curve section and add a bezier. And now what you go to do is, go to this view. Now control numpad 3 or 1, and what you do is, move it here and rotate it under x axis 90 degree, and what you do is, go back over here and go to edit mode by clicking tab, and control, E to extrude it, and extrude it as a line over here. Next, what we do is, we'll rotate it, move it this one a bit down, like, yep, and let's extrude another point from here going up, and move that point from here to here, so that it gives you a curve look. Move it down. Okay, now let's just move it front over there, and E to extrude another form like this. E to extrude it, and over here E to extrude it down, move it up, and on this side. So now we have our guideline, which we have. So now if we hit play, nothing happens. So let's just go back and go to object mode, and what you're going to do is, we're going to kill gravity for this particular particles. So go to the field weights and enter the gravity amount as 0, and then what you do is, now if we hit play, Go back and hit play. Now if you see our butterflies are moving also, we can see those butterflies move too. And in my starting of the video itself, we told there are three conditions for it. We need the butterflies to move where we wanted it to move, and the second condition is they need to have different shape, I mean different size, and the third condition is they need to be in different color. So that's all we need. So now what we need, now let's go for the first one. We need to make it move on our path. For that, what you're going to do is click on your paths and go to your physics tab and add in your physics as force field. And now if you hit play, nothing happens, nothing much happens. Now what you do is instead of point, go to curve. Now also if you hit play, nothing much happens. So what you're going to do is you're just going to increase its strength, something like -5. So now if you hit play, they follow our curve. So that's what we needed. So here if you see, let's just scale it a bit small. Okay, scale it a bit big. That's nice. Over here, and its strength is -5, and you can see those butterflies moving where we wanted them to move. And let's click on the flow. What this flow does is it just makes it stay next to our line. Instead of like scattering around over there, we need it to stay in our line. Means if you just increase the flow amount, means you see that's super congested over there, so we don't need that. So let's just click on the flow as something 0.05 and let's hit play. So shift and this side, and now let's hit play. Okay, now it's staying into our path also, and they're not going that far too. And let's just increase the flow amount something like 0.09, and let's check how it looks. So shift and this side and hit play. So that's a little bit congested, I don't need that much. Yeah, it was 0.09. And now we hit play, shift on the other side, and let's check our animation. Yep, it's okay. Now what we need to do is let's just go. Now we have our paths ready. Now let's just change the scale somewhat, like different. So what you're going to do is click on your icosphere and go to particle system, and under the renders tab, what you do is increase its scale something 0.14, and increase its scale randomness something. Oh, 0.14 is too big for my animation, so let's just decrease it something like 0.04 and check. Okay, now it's quite visible. Let's just increase it up more. 0.08 is perfect for me. I like that. And let's just increase the scale randomness something, something like 0.03. And now if you see, most of our butterflies are not in the same size, if you notice. And that's nice to see. And now next what we need to do is go to under our sections tab. What we need to do is we need to change its color of it. So what we're going to do is um, go click on it and change it over here, and let's add a new tab as something shader editor. And if you see, scroll, click on our butterflies. In this case, let's just go to this particles, click on the particles, and if you go to the shader editor, some tab should be there. So play, hit play, and go to the butterflies. There are our butterflies on the Shix collection 3. Click on our not on the armature, on under the collections tab, this one, and click on our cylinder over here. So in this case, that is the butterfly, right? So what you do is click on this tab and move it a bit that side. So move it, only select this one and move it this side. So let's just make it go there and move it there. And what you're going to do is go over here and click on add and search for something called as object info and click enter, and just place it somewhere over here next to here, and click shift A to add another one. Go under colors tab and click on hue saturation, and just keep in middle of these. And if you see, let's just move here, and if you see now, if I increase the hue, the color over here differs. So that's what we needed. So over here, what you're going to do, select the other cylinders and do the same. So our other cylinders are also selected because they all are in the same, we duplicated them, right? So now what you're going to do is take this random thing and click on the fact. Okay, now if you see, they're not random, that random. So what you do is, if how much of a hue you increase, like the way it should look or something, that much it's gonna, change the color is gonna be, color light or the color way is gonna be. So let's just select this tab, select this butterfly. Let's increase its hue something, 1 or something. Just move it a bit there. Value, saturation, hue, color changes it. So let's just move it up to hue. Go to the saturation tab and let's check how it looks. Colors tab. So now let's just click on the color and take this random and click it on the back. And now if you change, now if you see our hue is getting a change, so let's make it color something, like a blue or something. We need it in a blue color. So okay, pink is nice, so that looks good. So now let's just hide this butterfly collection and let's just check our butterflies over here. And if you see, they all are in different color, they're changing their color, so that's nice. So if I change over here also, they're also changing. So let's just move it something, something to this pink color, light pink over here, that looks good. So now if we hit play, just make it something blue. Okay, now if we hit play, let's just go here and move that side, that's right. And now we hit play, we have our collections, whatever we asked for, all of them are satisfied over here. So what all we have learned in this video is, we have learned how to model a butterfly and how to import a reference image. Then we have learned how to, make the particles follow a particular path, and we have rigged our butterfly and animated it and made a cycles around it. So thanks for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you share this video to others who are weak at this particular